Hey, it's Mr. Barr, and I'm going to do the work for simplifying exponents. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Negative exponents are tickets to ride the math elevator. Base, add. Power, multiply. More on top or bottom. How many more? Item number 2. X to the 4th raised to the 5th power equals x to the 20th. That's an example of power multiply. X to the 4th times x squared equals x to the 6th. That's base, add. This is like, it looks like distribution, but it's not. That'd be x to the 3rd, y to the 6th. And this last one is an example of more on top or bottom. Looks good. Question 3. The kind of sequence for doing these types of problems, I would start with the power multiply, or that distribution that's not distribution, and then do some base adds. At this point, use up the tickets, maybe expand it out, and then do more on top or bottom. That came directly from the notes for this lesson. All right, I'll actually draw on the screen here. So I have f to the 5th times f to the negative 9 times f to the negative 4. There's no power multiply, but there are some base adds. So this is, what's 5 minus 4? 5 minus 4 is 1, so this is f to the 1st times f to the negative 9. That's going to be f to the negative 8. Good. I just did my base adds. Now I'm going to use up my ticket. That's going to become 1 over f to the 8th. So 1 over f raised to the 8th power. Do a check answer on that. That looks good. Let's go on to item 5. All right. Let's start with our, there's no power multiplies, so we'll start with a base add, negative 4 and 7. It's going to be s to the 3rd. No tickets to use. And now we can do our more on top or bottom. They're more on the top. How many more? 2 more. So s to the 2nd. This looks like this is all base add, so negative 2 plus 4 minus 2. That's going to be m to the 0, and anything to the 0 power is 1. So I don't see any power multiply. I do see some base add, so negative 5 plus 9. That's going to be j to the 4th over j to the 2nd. And more on top or bottom? More on top. How many more? 2 more. So j to the 2nd. Let's see. X to the 4th times x to the 2nd, that's going to be x to the 6th. 8 on top, 3 on the bottom, means they're more on the top. X to the 5th on top. And 2 times 2, power multiply, x to the 4th. Let's do base add on top. Oops, that's k to the 7th on top. Nothing on the bottom. Got it. More on top or the bottom? More on the bottom. How many more? Looks like there are, what's that, 26 more on the bottom? Express your answer using positive exponents, so we're not going to give it a ticket and move it to the top. We're just going to leave it just like this. 1 over k raised to the 26th. Looks good. Which expression is equivalent to this? what do I have? I have a ticket. I'm going to move that bottom x to the top, so I'll have x to the third times x to the third. That's the bottom one I just moved up, times y. Base add, x to the sixth, y to the first, which is letter B. Okay, look, let's start with our power multiply. It's going to give us x to the sixth, 3 times 2, over x to the negative 1. No base adds. Use up the ticket. So x to the first, x to the sixth. And now I'm going to do a base add again, x to the seventh. Enter the value of n for the equation that'll make it work. Well, it's 3 to the 8th. I have a 3 to the 5th times a 3 to the 3rd would give me a 3 to the 8th. So it's a 3 right there. Select all the expressions that are equivalent to this. Well, what does that mean? Equivalent means equal. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to start simplifying everything down and see which ones are equal. So let's simplify this top one. Base add, that's going to give me 2 to the first to the negative 2. Power multiply, that's 2 to the negative 2, which is 1 over 2 squared, which is 1 over 4. So all of these are equivalent. 1 over 4, that one works. This, what would this be? This would be 2 to the 6 times 2 to the negative 8. That's 2 to the negative 2, which, matches up with this one right here, so that's equivalent. What's this? Well, this would be 2 to the negative 3, which is not equivalent. And a 4, no. So it's just those top two are equivalent. So just simplify everything. Simplify them down until you can figure out if they're equal or not. Same idea. Select all the expressions that are equivalent to this. So this is 5 to the negative 3 times 5 to the 5th. That's going to be 5 to the negative 2 because of the base add times negative 2. Okay, so this is negative 2 times negative 2, which is 5 to the 4th, which is 5 times 5, 7 times 5, 6, 25. So we know all those are equivalent. What is this? This would be 5, 6 minus 10. This would be 5 to the negative 4, which I don't have anywhere, so that's not it. See, this would be 5 to the negative 2, which I'm not showing anywhere, so it's not that one. 1 over 625. You know what? I messed this up. Let's try this again. I messed it up right. I'm going to zoom. I lost it because I can't see what's going on. Okay, let's simplify this first. This would be 5 to the second raised to the negative 2, which would be 5 to the negative 4, which would be 1 over 5 to the 4th, which would be 1 over 625. Now let's start simplifying other things. And see if they, I don't need the zoom anymore. This is 5 to the 6th times 5 to the negative 10. That's 5 to the negative 4, which is right over here, so that one is an equivalent. 5 to the negative 5 times 5 to the 3rd, that's 5 to the negative 2, which doesn't match up with anything. 1 over 625, that one does work. 625 does not work. 5 to the negative 4, 5 to the negative 4, that one does work. So we have 3 of them that do work, or are equivalent. Okay, and our last one. What do we have? 3 to the negative 2 times 3 to the 5th. That's going to be 3 squared raised to the negative 3. Power multiply. That's going to be 3 to the negative 6th. Using up the ticket, 1 over 3 to the 6th. And then 3 to the 6th is something. 729. Let's see if any of those match up with things over here. This would be 3 to the negative 9. No, that doesn't match up. This would be 3 to the 30th. Negative 10 times negative 3 is 30. No, that doesn't match up. 1 over 3 to the 9th. No. No, this is 1 over 3 to the 6th. That doesn't match up. You know what? Mr. Barr messed this one up. Clear all. Let's try it again. Base, add. 5 minus 2 is 3 to the 3rd. There it is. To the negative 3, which equals 3 to the negative 9, which equals 1 over 3 to the 9th, which equals 1 over 3 to the 9th. We're not going to do 3 to the 9th. So this would be 3 to the negative 9, which matches up, yes. This would be 3 to the 30th, which does not match up. 1 over 3 to the 9th, which matches up right there. 3 to the negative 9, which is right there. 3 to the 30th, which does not match up. And I got 100% on it, so that was good. Thank you for watching.